Good morning, dear children. Today we begin with chapter 4 in BST, which is planning. And this happens to be the first function of management, which we already studied in the first chapter. So this word is not new to all of us. We all know what planning is all about, but still now here as a part of BST, we need to understand that any organization, be it government, be it private, small, big, every type of an organization, rather you can even instead of the organization, even human beings, in order to turn their dreams right into success. Now if I talk about the dreams of organizations, it could be increase in sale, it could be earning high profits, getting success in business. So everybody needs to plan their course of action. Everybody needs to plan what is about to be done, and everything is related to future. So when we decide something for the coming time, that is for the future, it is planning. So how can we define planning? In a very simple language, very simple statement, we can define planning as thinking in advance. Now, thinking in advance is what is to be done, when that would be done, how it would be done, and by whom that should be done. So basically, planning can be defined as a process of thinking in advance what is to be done, when is to be done, how will that be done, and by whom it should be done. So again, in very simple words, we can define planning as where we are. Planning is basically, bridges the gap. Planning can be defined as bridging the gap between where we are standing today and where we want to reach. So this can be another definition of planning, wherein in simple words we can say planning bridges the gap between where we are standing today and where we want to reach. So children, when I say thinking in advance of what is to be done, what is basically deciding the objectives of the organization to be achieved in the future. Hence, another definition of planning could be planning involves setting up of objectives and then formulating an action plan to achieve them. This could be another definition of planning. So these are certain keywords through which you can identify planning also. If there's a case study to identify planning, moreover, using these keywords, you can even define what is planning, or what exactly planning is. To understand planning, we need to understand one more thing, children, that time is the most important ingredient of planning. Now you would be wondering why. Because plans are always developed for a fixed period of time. Because no business organization can simply go on planning endlessly. Every plan or any course of action that you decide is time bound. So it involves time. And hence, we can say that time is the most important ingredient of planning. Hence, a quick revision of what planning is all about before we start the features. Planning simply says thinking in advance what, when, how, and by whom that should be done. What here refers simply to the objectives, setting up of objectives. When and how refers to formulating an action plan to achieve them. By whom is decided, as in who would do that particular task. Again, time is the most important ingredient of planning. So the next important topic related to planning is the features. So children, the first feature of planning is planning helps in achievement of objectives. But how would planning help in achievement of objectives? Earlier we just studied in the definition that planning decides what would be the objectives, as in what should be achieved and what refers to the objectives. But how it would help in achievement of objectives? So here you need to understand that after setting up the objectives, planning also decides the methods, the procedures and steps that should be taken for achievement of the set objectives. Hence, we can say that planning helps in achievement of objectives by setting up the procedure or the methods or the steps to be undertaken. The second feature of planning, the second nature, the characteristic of planning is it happens to be the primary function of management. We all know, we studied planning as the first function of management. Primary means the first function of management. Now, no other function can be executed by the managers without performing the planning function, because objectives are set up only in the planning function and other functions of management depend upon the objectives only that are set up in planning. So since everything, the very first thing that needs to be done is setting objectives, and since setting objectives is a part of planning function, so we say that planning is the primary function of management. Third feature of planning is it is pervasive. Pervasive means present everywhere. It is involved in all the three levels of management. Now, although we've been studying that top level of management plans basically for all the policies, all the rules and regulations. So basically we studied in the first chapter that planning is a part of top level management, but here we study that planning is all pervasive, means planning is required at all levels of management and in all types of organizations. It is not a function that is restricted to the top level managers only. Rather, planning is done by managers of every level. Now, formulation of major plans and for framing overall policies is a task of top level managers, whereas middle level managers or the production managers, the departmental managers, they form plans for their own individual departments. Like production manager would decide a certain plan or course of action for his own department. Marketing department or marketing manager will plan his will make a plan for his own achievement of objectives. Similarly, lower level managers also make plans to support the overall objectives and to carry on the day-to-day activities. Hence, planning is not just restricted to the top level, rather it is a function that is performed by all the levels of management. Now children, the next feature of planning is futuristic, or we can say planning is forward looking. We never plan for the past. All the managers try to make predictions, assumptions for the future, and these predictions are made on the basis of past experience. I repeat, we do not plan for the past, we plan for the future, but this planning, although is based on the basis of past experiences of the managers and with regular and intelligent scanning of the environment scanning already covered in the last chapter. Now, intelligent planning can only be done if the manager scans the environment properly. It is an intelligent scanning done by the manager. So again, since planning is done for the future, it is a forward-looking function. So this is the next characteristic of planning. The next feature is planning is continuous. So planning is a never-ending function, children, because even after making plans also, one has to be in touch with the changes in the changing environment. And even if the plans were already made, still the manager, even after the plans are made, the manager still needs to make changes in the plans. Why? Because we know that the environment is dynamic. The environment in which the business organizations exist is dynamic. Hence, whatever changes occur in the environment outside, the same changes need to be brought in. The same changes need to be adapted by the organization. Hence, even if the plans are made, still the manager keeps changing the plans, modifying the plans according to the changes of the environment. So planning is not one-time task. It is a continuous task. It is a never-ending process in the organization. So this happens to be the next feature of planning. The next feature of planning is it involves decision making. So we just read that planning helps in deciding what is to be done, but it also involves decision making. Now, what kind of decision making is involved in planning? Children, planning not only decides objectives, but it decides various courses of action, as in how it will be done. So, how refers to the steps, the procedures. So, planning would never involve just one way action, it would basically find out various alternatives through which the objectives can be achieved. And after finding out those alternatives, planning would involve decision making in deciding one best alternative out of the alternatives found by the manager. So basically decision making is involved in deciding one best course of action, one best alternative for the achievement of the objectives. Hence we can say that planning involves decision making. Now, in order to make you understand this feature again, there's just one example. Now, for example, we have to import a particular technology from a particular country for which there is just one import agency. So, if there is just one import agency, there is no choice. But if the import of that technology could be done from 3-4 import agencies, then planning involves decision making, as in deciding from basically deciding from which 3-4 agencies it would be the best, or as in which will be the best alternative out of the 3-4 agencies to import that technology. So deciding one best import agency would involve decision making. I hope this a feature of decision making, planning involves decision making, is clear through this example. The last feature of planning is, it is a mental exercise, children. Yes, planning is a mental exercise. Children, planning is a mental process which requires higher thinking. That is why it is kept separate from various other operational functions. In planning, assumptions and predictions regarding future are made by scanning the environment properly. So this activity, again, scanning business environment is not an easy task. So scanning business environment, again, at the same time requires high level of intelligence. Secondly, in planning, various alternatives are evaluated, which we just discussed in the previous feature. Various alternatives are evaluated and the most suitable one is selected. So selection of one best alternative again requires high level of intelligence. So it would not be wrong if I call planning an intellectual process also. So just a quick revision, children. We have all the features of planning here. Planning helps in achievement of objectives. Planning is the first and the primary function of management. It is pervasive, not just restricted to the top level. All levels plan accordingly. Planning is futuristic. It is for the future. It is a forward-looking function also. Planning is continuous. It is a never-ending process. Planning involves decision making, and planning is a mental exercise. Now, all these features are important, not because you will get a direct question of 4 and 5 marks. As I have always been repeating, you will get a case study wherein you have to identify which feature of planning is discussed. Rather, they would not even share that they have the question would not even share identify the features of planning. Rather, the question would be identify the features of one of the functions of management. That means the question would be asking you to identify two things. You need to first identify the function, and if the function goes correct, then you will identify the features of that function. So identification of the function as well as the features of that function. The concept needs to be very thoroughly read from NCERT. Keywords should be properly underlined. Thank you.